I love Pokemon. I've been playing Pokemon since I was 5 years old, so pretty much 25 years. Wow! As well as my love for the video games, I also love collecting the trading cards. And my latest goal, with now over 1,000 Pokemon to collect, is to try and collect them all in one binder. We're creating a national Pokedex of Pokemon cards. I want to do it as cheap as possible to begin with, then we can start to be flashy after that. Our starting budget, $65 that we spent, ready to go for our first part of the challenge. Alrighty, we've got to start somewhere, and the beginning is a good place to start. An empty folder ready to go, and all of my bulk over here ready to sort through. We've got the latest set here. Can't remember what the latest set is called, but got a few good cards in there, and a few of the Paradox Mons, which are going to be hard to get, as well as some of the previous ones. I think the previous two sets we've got a few cards from. So hopefully we can get a good chunk of them done from there. So off of the last few sets, we managed to get quite a few of the cards, and this is just the holos and reverses, because I want to make it the best possible cards in this binder here. So I've got to sort these into generations, and then we're going to add in all of the rest of the bulk and see how that goes. Alrighty, so this is where we've got to in the checklist. We're using the Pokedex tracker, and this is the amount of cards that we've got from Gen 1. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the folder, and then we're going to be working into the other generations, which we've started to place out in a bit of an order there, from 2 all the way through to 9, and then on the end having the different forms, which is just Hisuian Arcanine for now. So after going through the Gen 1 cards, we've got 57, only 1,023 to go. Woo! Alrighty, we're back, and the binder is getting pretty hefty. We've got a few cards in there, let's check them out. Alrighty, so as you guys can see here, Charmander, it's the first one that we've got in there. We're making good progress through it. We've got quite a few cards, and some pretty nice artwork in there. I really appreciate all of the nice card artwork that we get along the way. Love the Alakazam there as well. Very, very nice. Now, as we go through this project, as we've discussed, we will be upgrading some of the cards and seeing what sort of ones we can get in there. And we've got a good chunk of Gen 1 so far. I am very worried about some of the legendaries in each of the generations, especially, I'd say maybe like the, not like the box art legends, but the legendary trios and whatnot. They're going to be a little bit harder to get. But as you can see, there's little bits and pieces all over the place. And this is just going through my cards. I've got these ones, the energy cards there as like a marker of the start of the generation, just so I make it a little bit easier to be able to keep track of where everything's up to. And yeah, once we get a lot of these cards in, then obviously it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier. We've got almost a full page there, which is very nice. And yeah, I've got a bit of a strategy for the next meeting so that we can chip away at these ones. But as you guys can see, we've got some pretty nice artworks. So even the Infinite there, and these are all from the last 3 sets that got released. So, based on that, just having this one, like, this is just duplicates, just duplicate cards. I'm not going into my own collection of cards for completed sets, so there are some nice full arts and good cards that we pulled from there, as you guys would have seen from some of the previous openings. But yeah, Twilight Masquerade has been very nice with some of the artworks, and all of the Scarlet and Violet sets have been pretty good. So yeah, up to Gen 5 so far. We hit Gen 6 now with Frogadier. We've got Florges. It's just, yeah, very pretty. Very, very nice. Gen 7 now. Gen 7 had some pretty nice cards in here. The way that they have the different artwork. I'm not really a big fan of the Sandygast over here, over at the side, so that's probably the only one that I'm not really too fond of. But the Drampa over on the previous page was pretty nice. Melton and Melmetal, and then we hit Gen 8. And yeah, Gen 8 has not very many cards in there, but we do get the Dreepy line, which is nice. And none of the legends, so that's something that we'll need to start chipping away at. Got the Lechonk there. Gen 9, we start to get a few more, especially around the midsection. And then stepping it up into the later part, and this is where we hit our stride, because the Paradox Mons are plentiful in this. Starting with Great Tusk, you see all of the Scarlet ones, then all of the Violet ones. We had a little bit of a break, but then we hit Ting Lu Chi Yu, Roaring Moon, Iron Valiant, Karada Miraidon, and it's all just straight through. Walking Wake, Iron Leaves, Dipplin, Poltergeist, Sinistcha, and then Okidogi is our last card that we have so far in the set. But yeah, great progress. Very, very happy with it. So yeah, got a few pages at the back. Let's go ahead and get on to our next part. So we might have a bit of a strategy to be able to fill in a lot of these spaces. And then it's just going to be a matter of upgrading this card. All right, so we're back out here in the living room, and folder's sitting in front of me, but something else as well. Holy moly, have a look at all of these cards here. I've still got to sort through them all. We've got a pile of holos there, ready to hopefully add to the folder. Still need to sort through them and figure out what I need, as well as a hell of a lot of cards. Now, my good friend Jay was kind enough to drop these ones over and said, go ahead, choose whatever you like, and we're going to use that to be able to fill out our binder here. And hopefully, we can be sitting at, I would say, about 70 to 80% just off of what's in the box. But let's see. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sort through everything, and I'm going to mark it off of the checklist, which will be on my iPad, and basically just try and choose the best ones looking wise that we can out of the set. But I don't know. It's going to be hard to choose. I think most of the holo cards would be really cool to have as part of the collection, but I'm sort of more down for the artwork. There are some amazing artworks already that we've picked out, and that's only just off of the last few sets. I really feel like Twilight Masquerade and some of the other Scarlet and Violet sets have just hit it out of the park in terms of really quality artwork. So yeah, very much a fan. As well as finishing up the folder with some amazing holo cards, Jay also gifted me 3 really, really cool cards. The first one is the Birthday Pikachu from, I believe it's Celebrations. I think that's the set, whatever it's called. Yeah, very cool, and it's even got his name on it. So I think I have to treasure that one, especially with how much he's helped me with this whole folder. Next one is this by Barrel card, and you know, I am so down for it. I love this card. So very, very cool. And then the last one, the highlight out of all of them, is a Rainbow Rare Gyarados VMAX. So very, very cool to add to the collection. And can't wait to put this one in the folder, along with all of these other cards. They're everywhere. All right, so it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and we've made some good progress. I haven't checked what number we're up to, but I've chucked in all of the Gen 1 through to 4 out of this first box here, and oh my lord, it's taken a while. And yeah, the folder is looking pretty full at the moment, which is fantastic, and we're getting a lot of the legendary trios that aren't the box art legends, which is fantastic. This is the little stack of cards that I've taken out and replaced with nicer looking cards. And this is all of the Gen 5 mess. Gen 6, 7, 8 is in a pile there. The forms there, and then the few ones that are like the 8.5. Haven't got to any 9s yet, but I'm guessing that that's in the last box for whatever we need to cover. But for tonight, that is all she wrote. Because I need some sleep, and it's well past my bedtime. Good night. Good morning. Let's sort out all of this mess. And then we can see how many cards we actually have remaining, and we still have 1 big box left to search through, so hopefully it'll work well for us. Holy moly, we have made some good progress. This folder is getting thick, and this is our progress so far. We've got 63.6% done, 687 caught, 393 to go. Now 2 of those don't exist in card form, so yeah, but we've gone through this whole box here. There's still this whole box behind. So let's get to it, and hopefully it'll be easy to fill in the blanks. I'm pretty sure there's a little box up here that we can tick, and then this is going to show me all of the remaining Pokemon, which should make it a little bit easier to track down. Hopefully my memory is fairly good as well, so then I can just look through this one and then just be quickly sorting through it as we go. We do have a big problem area though, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, we do actually have a lot of the regional variants in a pile over here, but I'm going to deal with those ones a little bit later on. Wow. All right, have a look at this. That is a lot of pages of cards, and a lot of cards in here as well. So we finally went through and put in all of the ones, and this is the list of everything that we've got left to go. Almost to 80%. That's pretty good. And that's just off of cards that we had at our disposal just straight away. So that's amazing. 220 to go. It's still a decent amount. Quite a few from Gen 1, which surprised me. I thought that Gen 1 would be pretty easy to get through, and I thought we wouldn't have too much of a problem with it. I feel like I've got something out of the Sphere line, so we probably have less than that. But yeah, good progress so far. The biggest problem? The Ultra Beasts. The Ultra Beasts I have none of, so that's a really big gap. But everything else, pretty alright, and some of the more recent mons, because they've only just been released in the last set, I only had enough just to fill my normal collection. And then a few of these ones missing down here for the forms. But great progress so far. I'm really happy with it. I think we're going to have to go to a card store or something soon. And I want to try and find, especially cards that I know will have really good artworks for. I want to try and get those ones and put those ones in the file, because they look amazing. First one is Charizard. Charizard, there is so many good cards out there, and funnily enough, there was no Charizard card in any of the stock here. So, oh well, back to the drawing board. Let's go on to our next phase. Thanks for watching our first part. We are well on our way to completing the National Pokédex of Pokemon cards, but we need your help. If you guys can let us know what sort of cards you'd like to see next in the set and help us complete this list of Pokemon that we have still yet to go into the binder, that would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you can stay tuned on our journey as we go to complete every single card.